Hey family, I was doing some studying for an event that I am a part of next week, and I was finishing up the final touches of something that I was going to present on. And there was a scripture that I came across, and the scripture that I came across was good for what I was doing. But because I am a Bible scholar, it appears, it encouraged me to continue to dig a little bit deeper. And I just got this overwhelming, and I'm even about to cry, even right now, this overwhelming sense that there are some of you that are out there that just feel so invisible. And you've been seeing God show up in the lives of your friends, your family members, maybe some coworkers, maybe even some people that you don't care about. And you're feeling that that maybe God has forgotten about you, and you're smiling and you're having hope that he sees you and that the prophecies that have been spoken over your life are going to come to pass and that they're true, etc., etc. But you still can't help but to feel invisible, that your efforts aren't worth anything, that your prayer time is not worth anything, that the time that you spend encouraging others and even doing good for others is not worth anything. But I really just wanted to encourage you that God absolutely sees you. And so the scripture that I was reading, it led me over to Genesis 16, where Hagar, now we know about Hagar, she was the mother of Ishmael. Sarah enlisted the help of Hagar to birth a child, which was Hagar's child and not Sarah and Abraham's. But anyways, it was Hagar who was crying out to the Lord and referred to him as the God who sees, the God who sees. Now, this is what I do know to be true about the Bible. The Bible, the words in the Bible have never come back void. They've never come back empty. And if Hagar can cry out to the Lord and know that God saw her, I want to encourage you that you can also cry out to the Lord and know that God sees you. I think it was yesterday I was in our GMKC community, and I was talking to them about, we were talking about pricing, okay, and about God being our source. But specifically, even in this season where people feel just dismissed, not valued, invisible, uncelebrated, that the promises of God are not coming to pass. The word says in Matthew 6:26, it talks about him and the sparrows and how he takes care of the sparrows. And I used that example specifically yesterday because of Maverick City, all that. But if God can care for a bird, and listen, y'all, a bird doesn't even, the bird is not concerned about where its next meal is coming from. The bird is not concerned about if it's going to have resources to fulfill its plan. The bird just wakes up, it flies to its food, and it eats without a care in the world because God sees that bird. The bird has nothing to worry about. I really just have this feeling that, and I'm sensing that somebody needs to hear that, and somebody just needs to know that despite the challenges with motherhood that you might be experiencing, despite the challenges in marriage that you might be experiencing, maybe there are some financial difficulties and you are not seeing where the next is coming from for bills and for things that you want to achieve and accomplish. Maybe you're in business and God told you to quit that job and go start that business, and you don't see the clients, you don't see the customers, you don't see the fruits of your labor right now. I want you to know that even if you don't see it, God sees it, and he sees you, and he cares. He cares. He is the God who cares. He is the God who sees. He is the God who comes through. He is the God who comes through. And I even heard somebody the other day, and I prayed this on my prayer with my church today. He is the great need meter, isn't he? God will meet your needs. You know why? Because he sees. Well, of course he knows, but he sees what you're going through. So it's really, really on me. I've just been spending time with God as I was preparing for this and just talking to him. And I was not talking in English. And that's when my heart just began to get so full about this. I want you to believe me and just know, please, with every fiber of my being, I cannot stress how much he knows and he sees. And then this is another scripture I want to give you guys. Isaiah 55:11. Hold on one second. I'm going to give that to you. Isaiah 55:11, because I also was watching a live stream with somebody and she said this verse. Now, she was talking about it in a different context, but I want you guys to get this and grab this. Listen, I got to make a few phone calls because there's some people that I want to tell this to. We have got to stop saying that you don't want to hear another prophecy about, okay? If God has told you something that you're creative or you're going to go big places or you're going to do big things and things like that, right? And it's not coming to pass, and somebody else offers a word from the Lord, a prophecy, edification, encouragement, confirmation. Do not curse that word and say, I don't want to hear another prophecy about. Don't curse that, because Isaiah 55:11 says, so my word will be that goes out from my mouth. It will not return to me in vain, but will accomplish what I intend and will succeed in what I sent it for. So God is going to do exactly what he said he was going to do. He sees the situation that you're in. He knows your struggle. He knows the pain. He knows the worry, and his call to you is to not worry about a thing. And I jokingly talk about Stevie Wonder, the song. My dad was a big Stevie Wonder fan, and the prophetic word from Stevie Wonder where he sang about, don't you worry about a thing. And I'm not going to sing it, but don't you worry about a thing. God sees you. His word will always come back to him and enter for, like, it will come to pass. You don't have to worry about that. All you have to do is just say yes and obey. Yes and obey. He sees you. He knows the struggle. He knows what you're going through. And it is not his desire for you to stay in that place. So get into a trusting space today. Surround yourself with people who are going to encourage you to continue to trust in the Lord. Trust his word that it's going to come back to you. Yes, everything that he promised you, it will come. I'm telling you. And I just was feeling that today. So I pray that this was encouraging to somebody, and that you remember these scriptures that I talked about, God seeing and caring for the sparrow, and that we know him to be the God who sees us despite it all, and that his word won't come back void. Isaiah 55:11. Alrighty. So that being said, y'all, take it easy. I will see you later. Adios, everyone.